Hello everybody and welcome to the Reds Army. So Manchester United fans are planning a protest before the Arsenal game. So is this protest going to be effective, or is it just going to be another failed protest that will not yield any results? We are also going to talk about the fixture, Manchester United's fixture, the last remaining games, and how those games are going to impact our season and how they can actually threaten our survival in the Premier League. We are actually left with some very crucial games, because if you look at a Manchester United fixture, the next game we are going to play against Arsenal, and Arsenal right now are in a very good form right now. They are very motivated, and they know that Manchester United is actually very weak at this particular moment. So they are going to cause us a lot of problems. Actually, in the entire fixture, the Arsenal game is the game that is actually giving me a lot of pressure. It's giving me a lot of pressure because I've been supporting Manchester United for 20 years. And so I have experienced the rivalry between Manchester United and Arsenal. And I know how much this game means to Manchester United fans. I know the importance of this game to Manchester United. If you have been a Manchester United fan during Sir Alex Ferguson's time, you understand how crucial this fixture is. And unfortunately, we are the underdogs in this fixture. And it's a fixture that can actually be embarrassing for Manchester United. You think 6-1 or 6-0 by Manchester City is something embarrassing? Let's wait for Sunday. But I really do have hopes that Manchester United players can actually turn up, because they did it against Real Sociedad, but they were not clinical. They were not clinical at all. We scored one goal. It was a scrappy goal actually, and we had some chances which, if we were clinical enough, we could have converted to goals. So if we go against a team like Arsenal, a team that is capable of beating people 7-1, it's crucial that our players maintain their alertness, they maintain their focus and their attention, because they tend to lose their attention so much that they score or they concede goals, silly goals that we should not be conceding. But I am confident that we cannot concede more than 3 goals against Arsenal. I am confident about that. So if we are going to lose this game against Arsenal, we better lose it in style. But I would really love for that game to end in a draw. I would really love for that game to end in a draw. Why? Because yes, we lost against Arsenal in the first in the first half of the Premier League, yeah? But we eliminated them from the FA Cup. That's a plus for us. So if we can be able to hold them to a draw, then that will be another win. It will be equally to it will not be 3 points. Yeah, it will be just 1 point. But at least we will not be the people. We will not be players or a club that was embarrassed by Arsenal. Arsenal should not be embarrassing Manchester United, given our history. Arsenal, actually, we need to hold them to a draw. That's a very huge game. It's a very crucial game. And to be honest with you, Arsenal are going to bring their A game. They are going to put pressure on Manchester United from the moment the referee blows the whistle to the moment he blows the whistle after 90 minutes. It's going to be pressure after pressure on Manchester United. The question is, can Manchester United survive? Can we survive the onslaught that is going to be brought about by Arsenal? Can we survive it? If we can survive Arsenal in the weekend, I'm 100% sure we are going to win against Real Sociedad when they come to Manchester United, when they come to Old Trafford. If we can survive Arsenal, even if we hold them to a draw, our players will be motivated and we will be able to move past Real Sociedad and into the next stage of Europa League. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think we are going to lose against Arsenal? 100% sure. I think this game might be a draw. I have that feeling. I have that gut feeling. I'm almost 100% sure that we are going to at least hold them to a draw. Then after Arsenal, we're going to play Real Sociedad, the return leg at Old Trafford. Then we are going to travel to Leicester City. This should be a clear victory for Manchester United. 3 points there. Nottingham Forest should not beat Manchester United home and away. We should not lose to Nottingham Forest this season, home and away. So I think we should hold them to a draw. And if they are not careful, we should win that game. Then against Newcastle, man, that's a tricky game. That's a very tricky game, because Newcastle is unpredictable. They have Isak. Isak is a beast, man. That guy is scoring serious goals, beautiful goals. So That one we are going to lose. Then we have before we go to Newcastle United, we have Manchester City. I think we are going to beat Manchester City. I have that gut feeling we might beat Manchester City. I don't see the way Manchester United is going to lose to Manchester City this season. I don't see it happening. Then there is the Newcastle game. Like I said, that's a tricky game. I think we are going to lose that game. Then there's the Wolves game, and I think that game we are going to win. I'm 100% sure we might win that game. But the most crucial games are Arsenal game, Nottingham Forest game, and Manchester City game. If we can win these three games, okay. But if we can win these three games, then our season would be rescued. But if we lose against Arsenal, then we draw against Leicester City, then maybe we lose against Nottingham Forest and draw against Manchester City, lose against Newcastle, then win against Wolves, then I see us dropping to the relegation zone. And it's going to be a very, very huge battle to leave or to rise above the relegation zone. It's going to be a huge battle, and I don't see Manchester United players actually putting in a fight this season. I don't see us putting in a fight. I see us actually succumbing to pressure. So let's talk about the Arsenal game. First of all, we are playing Arsenal at home. That's a huge problem. Our Old Trafford, our home form, our home performance hasn't been that good this season. We have lost so many games in Old Trafford. And some of these games were not actually supposed to be lost. We were not supposed to lose some of these games. But I think we could pull up a miracle. We could hold them to a draw. That's the worst part. That's the worst result we could get against Arsenal. Or we could even surprise them. Maybe beat them 1-0. That would be something to talk about, right? What do you think? Do you think we are going to beat Arsenal, or do you think we are going to be battered by Arsenal? What about Real Sociedad? Honestly, at this particular moment, I called it. I said it in one of my videos that if we go to Real Sociedad and hold them to a draw, we can do something when they come home to Old Trafford. We can win the game if they come home to Old Trafford. And I'm still waiting to see if our boys are going to disappoint us, or if they are going to actually show up when we really need them. Honestly, personally, I think it's going to be a crazy game. I think we might win that game. But it's not going to be... There won't be many goals in that game. There won't be many goals. So maybe we can win by 1 goal, or maybe we can hold them to a draw and then win by 1 goal after 90 minutes in the extra time. But the worst thing we can do is to go to penalties with Real Sociedad, because we have already seen this happen before with Fulham, and our players, they are not confident enough to take penalties. So the best thing we can do is to kill the game before 90 minutes, and if push comes to shovel, we should kill the game in the extra time. That's the only way we can be able to progress to the next round of the Europa League. But I think the work is halfway done. Against Real Sociedad, the work is halfway done, but it's not also going to be an easy game. It's not going to be an easy game, because Real Sociedad are going to analyze the first leg. They're going to analyze the game we played in the first leg. They're going to analyze and look for weaknesses in Manchester United. They're also going to watch the game against Arsenal. And if they find the weaknesses that Manchester United is hiding, or has managed to hide from them, then that's it. They're going to exploit the weaknesses and we will be done. But I'm a Manchester United fan, so I'm rooting for my club. And I'm 100% sure that if we can get behind this club, if we can get behind this team, and we can motivate them, and they can actually get their motivation in place, then we can do something with this remaining few games, okay? We won't actually be winning any Premier League. We won't be getting into the European football stages. We won't actually get into European football unless we win Europa League. But we still have to wait and see. It's still early to know whether we are going to win Europa League. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you think we are going to win Europa League, or we are going to be eliminated? And if we are eliminated, what will happen? Let's go back to the main point. Manchester United fans are planning to actually protest against the ongoing decisions by INEOS to lay off 450 people from Manchester United. So this protest, actually, I think they have been long overdue. They have been long overdue. They were supposed to happen the moment we laid off 250 people. We didn't have to wait for more people, actually, for more people to lose their jobs. Actually, they were supposed to happen even before INEOS took over Manchester United, because I know there are some people who are actually conflicted, and there are people who are confident that Manchester United is under great hands with INEOS. But personally, I was rooting for Qatar. The moment Qatar showed interest in buying Manchester United, I was rooting for Qatar. I wanted Qatar to buy Man United because I knew if they came in, they were going to sweep off every rotten, I don't know what I can call them. They were going to give us a clean slate. They were going to start afresh. They were going to fire so many people who have been responsible for Manchester United's current problems. Because in as much as the Glazers are to blame, they don't manage Manchester United from America. So they manage Manchester United through proxies. There are people who are actually appointed by the Glazers to run Manchester United on their behalf. Those are the people who are screwing up our clubs. Those are the people who are screwing at our club. They don't actually know anything about football. They just know about business, but they don't know anything about football. So these are the people that should not be at Manchester United. So if the Qataris could have bought Manchester United, they could have fired all these people, because they could have actually analyzed the situation and found out that these people are the problem. The people we have today, the board, these are the problem. They keep lying to the Glazers. They allow the Glazers to take money from the club. They don't communicate with the fans. They don't even tell us anything about the club anymore. And most importantly, they don't support any manager that we bring in. They don't support any manager. They're just interested in the commercial part of the football, of the club, and they forget about football. They don't care about football. They don't know that for a club like Manchester United to rise and increase in its value, it needs to be winning trophies. It needs to be winning matches. They don't care about that. They don't know that. That's why I'm saying they don't understand football. And these people are the problem. The Glazers, bigger problem. These people, even bigger problem than the Glazers. Why? Because they are the ones who are running Manchester United on behalf of the Glazers. So if the Qataris came in, they could have uprooted these people, and we would be having a new management. Even though the Qataris will not be active in running the club, they would put their own people in charge. And all this nonsense that we are seeing now, they will not be there. 450 people could not have lost their jobs. That's the problem with people who think that just because you share a country with somebody, they care about you. Sir Jim Ratcliffe doesn't care about the 450 people who have been fired by Manchester United. They are British like him, and he doesn't care. He's ruthless. He's a businessman. He's a cunning and ruthless businessman. He cares about checks and balances. But if the Qataris came in, I don't see, they were going to pump money into the club. They were going to pump money into the club. INEOS doesn't have that kind of money to pump into this club. Otherwise, they could have done it. I mean, the Qataris were going to invest over $1 billion. They were going, first of all, to clear the debt. We'll be debt-free by now. Secondly, they were going to pump £1 billion into the club. Man, 450 people would still be at Manchester United. 450 people would have world-class players. Maybe even Ten Hag would still be at Manchester United because he will be supported. Wow, what do we have? A circus of a club. Problems after problems. We are ridiculous. We have been made fun of by everybody. And I don't blame them. The people who run the club are the ones who actually don't understand anything about football, and we are paying for the mistakes that they actually did. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you really think that these demonstrations, do you really think they are going to impact the club? Do you really think they are going to help the club? They are going to change anything? Will they put pressure on management? Will they actually yield any positive results? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If you're new here, kindly take a second to subscribe. I'm sorry I sound like a broken record, but it really helps the channel. It motivates me to make such videos and connect with people like you, like-minded people like you, people who love Manchester United. You can also tell me where you're watching this video from in the comment section, and I do my best to respond to every comment I can get. That's all for today. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and goodbye.